Hello, and thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're coming back for another one of my half an hour sessions. This is my video series on when you only have half an hour to craft and you want to get creative and make something, but you're short on time, which a lot of us are at the moment. Today's video, we are going to do a technique that I've wanted to try. It's been on my to-do list for a super duper long time. I'm using mostly Arteza products today just because I love their stuff when I'm doing any kind of watercoloring techniques. I've got this box of cards which I've had in my stash for a really long time, and this is perfect for when you only have half an hour. You can get out any kind of pre-made cards and envelopes that you've got, and that is always going to be a time saver. So I'm using these strictly because I've got them in my stash and they make it nice and quick for me to be able to craft. So I've got some cards and some envelopes that I've pulled out. I've got this cellophane bag. This is just an A5 plastic bag that I would stick cards in if I wanted to protect them, if I wanted to sell them in a market or something like that. I have got two sets of watercolor pens here. I've got these ones here, which are Twimarkers from Arteza. They come in a huge range of colors. And then I've also got the watercolor brush pens from Arteza. These ones come with less colors. I think they're roughly the same price point. I'll link them both down below for you. You can check them out. I start out with the brush pens. Now, I don't particularly get on with these very well. I don't think I know what I'm doing with them. They have a brush end tip. I don't find them that juicy. Again, I'm not an artist, so I'm not 100% sure what I should actually probably do with them. But I start out with these ones anyways because I've had them for a while and I really wanted to use them again. All I'm doing is putting some color down onto my piece of plastic. So any piece of plastic will do, packaging, any kind will do here. And I'm just spraying it with water. They're water reactive pens. So if you've got Tombow pens, they'll work. If you've got sort of just any kind of water reactive pen, is basically what I'm trying to get across. What I'm doing here is I'm applying my little plastic sheet. I can see through it. If I put the plastic sheet down on top of my card, I can see what's going on and see what I'm doing. Now, all I do in between is take my little cloth here and just dry up everything, and then I'm ready to go for the next one. So it's really fast and really easy. So that first one I didn't really like how the colors turned out. I felt like they kind of faded quite quickly. I couldn't really see them that well, so I switched over to some different colors, and again, I wasn't getting as much pigment down as I kind of wanted, and once I added the water and applied it to my card, it wasn't feeling as bright, and I really wanted some bright kind of colors. And all I'm doing here, when you see me pointing and lifting it up, is I'm just spraying another spritz of water, and then the color moves and shifts, so they work really well. Now here is the best thing ever. So I've had these Twimarkers for quite a long time. I love that you get tons of colors. They've got a fat end and a skinny end. And oh my word, the pigment in them is so much brighter. They just seem a lot juicier. They're not a brush pen end. They are a proper solid sort of fat pen end, if that makes sense. And the color was so much better. So again, I tried a technique and I was like, I'm just not liking how this is looking. And I'm keeping all this in because I had a massive play and it didn't take me long to play with these. But I wanted to share how I got to the cards that I loved the most. So again, I'm spritzing it. This time I'm not going to rub it as much. I'm going to leave it, and you'll see that card in a minute. And it gives a much better appearance of texture. That's what I was trying to go for, was texture and something kind of watercolory looking about it. But I wanted the colors to merge in between. So again, here I'm kind of rubbing a little bit more to kind of merge those colors in the middle, but I still can kind of see those pen marks. And in a second, you'll see my next run. Now, I did spend a little bit more than half an hour on this, getting my technique down and what I wanted to do. And I did it over a couple of days because I had to go and pick up the kids from school, and then I lost the plot and I just didn't make it back into my office. So the overall card that you can make 3 of them. Because from this point on, this is taking me half an hour or less. And this is what I love. I love the texture that we're getting. I love the movement of the water and the color, and I love that the color just stays bright. It is amazing. So I go ahead and I lift this up, and lots of the pigment is still on that plastic. You can see in just a second. But I love that. I love that look so much more. That's what I was going for. I was going for a kind of cool, funky background. So originally I started wiping off this and I thought, oh, I'm wasting all this beautiful color. So I grabbed some scraps that were on my desk and started mopping up the color, and I do use one of these scraps in one of the cards you'll see at the end. And I make 4 completed cards in this video. I guarantee you, you could probably make 2 to 3 cards in half an hour using this technique. It is so quick and easy. So all I'm doing is just scribbling down some color, kind of making sure I get the most of whatever color I want. I'm doing it right over top of the card so I can see exactly how big or small I need to go. And then I'm just flipping it over. And the best result I found was when I let the plastic kind of get sucked in by itself with the water on it rather than rubbing it. I got the coolest looking cards. So here's another one I did off camera. Took me a matter of seconds, just scribbled and stuck it down. Then I grabbed my envelope and I thought, let's get this envelope decorated as well and match it to the card. So I took the leftover ink, and this time instead of using scraps, I just stuck it straight down on the envelope. Then I regretted not doing that on all the other ones. But you can see all my little plays there to the right. I had a whole bunch of them that I was playing with the other markers. But from this point where I'd said to you before, that was when I was kind of timing myself with how long it would take to make these cards. Here's another bit of scrap that I left on my desk, and instead of making an envelope, I just stuck that down on it without thinking, and then I thought, actually, let's spray it and see if we can get an envelope. And you get this beautiful, really light envelope that kind of matches with your card, and then you can definitely write your address on there and it won't get mistaken or hidden by all the color. Now I wanted to go for a rainbow effect and see if I could get multiple colors out of 3 colors. So I went ahead and colored these on and sprayed them, and then flipped it over and stuck it down on my card front. At the end you'll see photos of all the completed cards, and I've also included the pens and the colors that I used in each of these cards. Oh yeah, this is the one where I thought, let's try rubbing again and let's see if we can get this merging effect going on. And we do get this beautiful kind of rainbow color, but it does take some of that brightness away from the colors and kind of makes them a little bit more dull, not as vibrant, if that makes sense. I still love it and I still love the result. So it's a great way to have fun and make a background. And these markers are so quick and easy to put down. I know Tombow do the same kind of thing. If you've got the Tombow watercolor pens, I've seen other people use those for this technique. And I don't really know of any other colors. I don't know of any other brands, but I do love these Twimarkers. They are well cool and they work so well with water. So again, I'm going to take my envelope and create a matching envelope to go with the card. So you can keep this as simple as you like or go as complicated as you like. You'll see in a minute I do all my cards quite simple because, again, I've been short on time. I really was pushed for time. When I came in today to kind of finish it off and have another play and discovered that this was all amazing, I literally just had a very short burst of time before I had to get the kids again. So I just cracked on and really enjoyed it. So here are all the card fronts I made. The top ones there are the ones that I made sort of the day before, and the bottom ones are the ones that I made in my half-an-hour time slot today. And so actually, well, you're going to be watching this probably on Friday and today's Thursday, so I apologize. And here are my envelopes that go with my cards, and I love, love, love how they turned out. Just the backgrounds alone are so fun. Right, so I went ahead and pulled in some of my stamps. These are really quite big cards from Arteza. They're quite massive, so I wanted some big stamps to put on the top. So at first I was thinking, I'll do this birthday, and then I wanted happy, and I thought, oh, I could use this scrap bit up. That would really tie into the card really nicely and gives another little bit of an element to it, a bit of interest, a bit of texture. So all I do is I use my stamp platform to get a nice even stamp. It's not stamping even at the top of that stamp there just because I've got the happy. So I do remove it and forget to take the happy off, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to cover that up with that strip in a minute. So once I'm satisfied and I got a nice deep black image, I can remove it from my stamp platform and then finish it by decorating it. So I go ahead and stick that happy right on the top, really quick, really easy, and I just kind of slapdash it on with some liquid glue and trim off the edge. And then, of course, I've got my trusty jar on my desk, which contains all my little strips that some of them I've pre-made and stuck sticky back on the back of them before I trim them and cut them up into little tiny strips. And those are the ones I'm using here. This is purple glitter, non-shed glitter, and I have got the sticky already on there. So I just peel off the backing and stick it right around that happy, and it kind of helps make it pop and outline a bit, and it's also got that bit of sparkle. And then I've got my white Nuvo drops, so I come in and add some of those. I mean, if you did this kind of idea, you could go and take a ruler and draw some lines around the edge of your card to add more interest. You could add dots with different colored pens. After I'd done this, I thought, oh, I could have got my glitter gel pens out and done some glitter gel around there and just done some dots or some lines for interest, and it would have been really cool. Here's the envelope that goes with it, and I decided to stamp happy birthday on the little flap. And then in this stamp set, it also has a butterfly, so I decided to use that on the edge of my envelope because I thought it tied in really nicely with those beautiful colors. And that finished off my card and my matching envelope, which was done in a matter of a few minutes. Now I do have to let the Nuvo drops dry before I can then go ahead and use the card. But this is a quick and simple, fast card that is got a really nice wow factor with all that color going on. So I'm going to share with you now some of the photos of the other cards that I finished off, which I did off camera, because the main point of this video was to share with you that quick and easy background. So again, here's another stamps that I used, and then I just stamped time 2 all over it and used some simple ink pads, and it was so quick and easy to put together. I was really, really happy with all these cards. I will link all the products I used down below if they are still available. I massively apologize if they are out of stock or if the company no longer makes them anymore, but I'll do my best to link them all down below. I just had to dig through my stash and had fun and pulled out whatever I had that was near me that would work. This is a new stamp set from Woodware by Jane Gill again, and I love it. It is stunning. And this one I only used the pink and the yellow, and I love how the colors popped, and I felt like this flower just kind of shouted these colors, so that's why I stuck that one on there. So I really hope you had a good time with me tonight and enjoyed it. I have got a Facebook group if you would like to join me over there and share any of your makes or creations with me and a whole bunch of lovely other crafters. We are so nearly at 1,000 members in the group, and I have told everyone that when we hit 10,000 I will do a Facebook giveaway. And it is open worldwide, no cost or anything like that. Anyone can join. So if you want to join the Facebook group, pop over there. The link's down below in the description box. And I hope you all have a really awesome rest of your week. And I will see you all again on Saturday night for some Saturday night crafting. Take care and bye for now.